Hello, one and hello all. My name is Regi, Float, or Nick, whatever. I don't care anymore. A lot of shit happened in free agency today. It's currently March 15th, the Ides of March. Gonna hopefully upload this video as soon as I'm done recording it. I might have more to talk about. Um, Obviously, we talked about a lot on our podcasts before they kind of tapered off. I just didn't have time for them anymore. Our schedule didn't line up. So I figured I'd do a quick little bracket of the NFL teams and kind of where I see them because there were a lot of movements today. So my opinion on a few teams have changed. Um, so I'm just gonna jump right into it here. Starting off with the Tennessee Titans. Look, I love Derrick Henry. He's one of my favorite players to watch. I like Tannehill, A.J. Brown. They just lost Jonnu Smith and Corey Davis. So admittedly, right now the offense is weakened. We'll see if they fix that in draft. Their defense need help. They lost Clowney, not that he was doing much. I mean, not like a lot. And they lost. Why can't I remember his name? The guy who made, the guy who made the pick in the Seattle Super Bowl, Malcolm Butler. That was embarrassing. Anyway, point being, they did not have luck with some of the people they brought on last year, so now they're coming to try and fix it again. Hopefully, their team rebuilds. I'm going to say playoff hopefuls. There's some work that's going to have to be done, but as it stands right now, I could see them kind of being what they were last year, fringe wild card team, low, probably not division leader. I'll get to that, but more like a you know wild card hopeful. I could see that happening. I mean, it's not like they have any competition outside of the Colts in their division. Uh, Miami Dolphins. Look, I really like the Dolphins. They were very sneakily good last year. Um, they're very close to making the Super Bowl. It is a crime that a 10-6 team didn't make it in, but that's how it goes. If there hadn't been a 7 seed, there would have been a 10-6 and 11-5 team that didn't make it in. That's how it goes sometimes. Uh, Dolphins, good team, really good defense, sneakily good defense. Offense needs some improvement. You need maybe some improvement on the line, but really what you need is Tua to play better and maybe some better weapons than just Devontae Parker. Um, run game will. I think the run game will be fine if they can improve their line a little bit. So, 3 pick, don't be shocked if they take Sewell. I don't think they're going to, but, it's on the board for them, obviously. They're not going to say no to that if they decide that's their best option. I don't think they're taking a quarterback. Calm down. It's been 1 year. He played 9 games. We're not, freaking out here. I do think wide receiver is a really good option for them because they do need another playmaker. Um, yeah, I think playoff hopefuls. I think their offseason is going to depend a lot, and it's going to depend a lot, obviously, on what Tua does. So I want to put them on guarantees. Cleveland Browns are very close between playoff guarantees and Super Bowl bound. They did just pick up John Johnson. Really improves that defense. That side of the ball. They've already got one of the best D linemen in the game, Miles Garrett. Their offense came out. Baker Mayfield proved he deserved to be, uh, you know, a starting quarterback in the NFL. He did fantastic last season. OBJ's coming back from injury. He obviously got probably one of the best, if not the best, backfield in the game. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and a fantastic O line. I think this is a I could see the Browns going to the Super Bowl. I'm only going to put 2 or 3 teams from each division here. I think Browns are Super Bowl bound. What this should be is conference championship bound. Um, but, Super Bowl bound. I would not be surprised if the Browns make the Super Bowl next year because they are a very good team right now. The Jaguars, you're going to go in the F category. I couldn't think of a good name for the F category. Um, but the Jaguars don't have a whole lot. They did just sign. Um, no, I can't remember his name. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Um, they signed some people today. They took some action. But really, what it's going to come down to is they're going to have Gardner Minshew throw it to DJ Chark, to James Robinson in the backfield, and that's about all they have redeeming themselves. They got a couple of okay players on their team, but they're going to need to really rework. I think this is going to be like the 2020 Cincinnati Bengals. Excuse excuse me, where they just kind of try to figure it out. Um, I wouldn't expect too much out of this team. Detroit F. They're in a rebuild mode. I recognize that I'm going to bring some hate down upon me from my friends, but the trade for Stafford, just screamed rebuild to me. Trading for Goff, who did not pan out in my opinion, or is not currently panning out. Um, you're not probably bringing back Kenny Galladay or Marvin Jones. Your number 3 overall pick last year did not do great for you. Jeff Okuda, he did not do well on the cornerback side of the ball. Neither did DeAndre Swift in the backfield. There's not a whole lot about this team that I think is great right now. I think they're just kind of in rebuild mode. This is kind of like a year to kind of get their shit under control, and see what they can do. Start drafting some young players, and I think in a couple of years this team will be good. But obviously, you got to draft the players. I would put Vikings in the playoff hopefuls. I don't want to guarantee them a playoff because they didn't make it this year, but I would not be surprised at all if they get it. The NFC is a shit show right now. It's like the NFC, it's got all the top ones, but then it's also got a lot of there's a lot of shit. And the AFC is just more on average good. It's going to be easier. We saw that with the 8-8 Bears making it to the playoffs. It's going to be easier for an NFC team to make a wild card than an AFC team. And the Vikings are one of those teams that has those shot. Obviously, Kirk Cousins thrown to Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen is a phenomenal quarterback and receiver. Those guys are threats, all right? Justin Jefferson had one of the most prolific rookie wide receiver careers of all time, and I am very excited as an Eagles fan to see how it pans out. And I wish nothing for the best for him. Sorry, just kind of contemplating life with Howie Roseman as my GM. They improved the defense side of the ball. I think Zimmer's getting a little overrun with the way the game is changing, but I do think they have a team that can make the playoffs and kind of sneakily, kind of like they did 2 years ago in 2019. So, I can see the Vikings being okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl bound. This team obviously just won the Super Bowl. It would be ridiculous to say they weren't Super Bowl bound. I think it is worth pointing out that they re-signed Shaq Barrett. They tagged Chris Godwin. They re-signed Rob Gronkowski. They're keeping all these guys that contributed to the team doing well, and I would not be surprised if the Buccaneers do what a lot of teams do the year after they win the Super Bowl. Look at the Aaron Rodgers Packers back in 2010, won the Super Bowl a year after. I'm not killing myself here with my football knowledge because it is limited, I admit, compared to other people, but I would not be surprised to see this team do even better than they did last year. Buccaneers are red hot. Tom Brady's red hot. He has totally rebounded from his 2019 year with the Patriots, and I am so stoked to see more of what he does. That team's going to be crazy. That team's going to be crazy. 49ers, playoff hopefuls. I know they were the 4th in their division last year, and they are in, without a doubt, the toughest division in the NFL at the moment. And they are doing this with the worst quarterback in the division. Not that Jimmy Garoppolo is terrible. He's not great. He's good. He's passable. But you're talking, you got Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Matt Stafford, all, in my opinion, top 10 QBs in that division. In a quarterback run game, it's going to be tough. Now, their advantage is... Those much one word. Their advantages are they have a good defense. So do the Rams, but they definitely have a better defense than Seattle and probably Arizona. Definitely Arizona when healthy. It's going to be great to see Nick Bosa come back next year off of injury. We were all really excited to see what he would do in his second year. The injury was really unfortunate, but he is a really good player, and I can't wait to see what he does. I think there's a lot to see. Ayuk, with a healthy quarterback thrown into him, Ayuk and Deebo Samuel are going to be good. Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr. were both pretty good running backs when they were healthy. They just kept getting hurt. If these guys could stay healthy, and then of course you got George Kittle. If these guys can stay healthy, man, this team's going to be really good. I'm not putting in a guarantee because obviously this is hypotheticals, but I would expect the Niners to do well. The Falcons, it's going to be bad. I'm not quite sure I can put them low in the F tier because I do have some phenomenal players, but it's going to be bad for the Falcons, man. This is the beginning of a rebuilding. I just think the players they have are too good to do anything worse than what they did this year. That defense has to improve. You got to go out and get some pieces, draft some good players. I personally think it's a good time to draft a quarterback right now when you don't need one. Let him learn behind Matt Ryan. Maybe he'll get the Aaron Rodgers effect. Well, Matt Ryan will come out and play at an MVP level. Probably not, but hey, Leo Jones, Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage. You're talking one of the best wide receiver cores in the game, second only probably to the Buccaneers. It's it's not that often where your number 3 wide receiver is probably up there in the top 40 still. If you're considering everyone's top 3 receivers, they're good. They're very good. If they can get their shit figured out on the defensive side of the ball, I think they'll be set. But it's probably gonna be bad. Baltimore Ravens are playoff guarantees. That is a quality Regi float guarantee. Look, Baltimore is good. John Harbaugh, great coach. Lamar Jackson, phenomenal quarterback. Um, you improve some side on the. I don't even think Hollywood Brown's that bad, but if you put some more improvement into the offensive line, into the receivers, fix the offensive scheming. Don't focus so heavily on, just utilizing Lamar's, escapability and obviously use it. It's there. He's amazing. But focus some more on the receivers and the routes they're running. And I like J.K. Dobbins. I think he's going to be good. And Gus Edwards, if he's still there, I can't remember. I didn't keep track of that. I think they'll be good to keep an eye on what they're doing. I think these guys are easily making the playoffs. I could see them winning their division. It'll be one of these two. I'm not sure about Super Bowl bound yet. It's weird doing this because I think the Ravens are a better team than the Cleveland Browns. But I think the Browns just have more explosiveness right now for more of its players. Chicago Bears. This entirely depends on if they get a quarterback. Because if they get a good quarterback, playoff hopefuls. If they don't, it's going to be bad. So for right now, I'm going to put it's going to be bad. If they don't get a good quarterback, they're wasting another year of Allen Robinson, young Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery. They're good players. Allen Robinson especially. They deserve to have a good chance at winning, especially with that defense on the other side of the ball. Actually, I'm going to put up to average. I forgot their defense. I'm just going to put it in average. Split it right down the middle. It's, fix the quarterback situation. Go get a good quarterback. That's easier said than done. Most of them are gone right now. But if they can fix that situation, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I already said the NFC is not very good. So if you could make it on 8-8, I feel like if you get to 9-7 next year, you'll have a good shot at the 7th seed again. Cincinnati, down here somewhere. It's gonna be bad. F. Gonna be bad. F. Yeah, F. I think. It's gonna be bad. There's stuff there. I, for one, think if you improve the offensive line and get a chance to take Penei Sewell, which you should, if you can improve the offensive line, I think you got a really good shot. You got to improve the defense, obviously, but there's a lot of stuff to like about this team. The problem with this team is all the good parts are mismatched. You had a good quarterback, but no offensive line to protect, and you got a good running back, but he got hurt. You got Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, 2 really good receivers. But, by the time they started being really good, they had a so-so quarterback thrown to them. So, on the defensive side of the ball, you just need overall improvement. You lost Carlos Dunlap last year, which, it's okay. I just dropped some shit on my desk. It's okay. You gotta draft good. I haven't really seen them do anything in free agency yet, so you gotta draft good. But it's probably gonna be bad. Cowboys. A lot of this does depend on their draft. Bringing back Dak was the right move. I think they're going to trade Michael Gallup, and I think they should get some more picks out of that. He's a pretty good receiver. He'll be a really good number 2 wherever he goes. Cool. Notification sounds. I love that. The Dallas, I hate you. You're up there. You're up there. With Dak back, by the way, Zeke's overrated. With Dak back, I think you are playoff hopefuls. Keep your eye on the playoffs, Houston, F. Houston is on 0-16 watch. Someone said that earlier in the year, and I agree with them. because the Texans are bad. Especially if they do trade away Deshaun Watson, which for his sake I really hope they do. Top 5 quarterback, generational talent. Get him out of there! Get him to a place he can do well. Put him in Chicago, or don't. I don't know. Don't put him in Washington. I'm going to be really annoyed. Yeah, there's not much explanation. I don't think anyone thinks this team is going to do too many great things. I think it's going to be bad rebuild mode. Kind of get your shit together. I think returning to the 4-win stage of this year, 4 or 5-win stage of this year is going to be your hopeful there. Colts. I'm being bold. They're playoff guarantees. I want to put them Super Bowl bound, but I can't. Can't do it. Colts are playoff guarantees. Listen, did you get an upgraded quarterback? Over Brissett? Yeah. Over Rivers? We'll find out. He had an okay season last year. Carson Wentz is a guy who I love, and I am very excited to see him in Indianapolis. Whether or not T.Y. Hilton stays, Michael Pittman is going to be a good guy to throw to. They got a pretty good run game with JT, and I think, and their defense is very good, I think this team's going to be fantastic. I fully expect the Colts to win their division, go 11-5 at the minimum, and get high up there. Am I wrong? Maybe. I did say I'm not. I don't really know that much about football, to be honest. I'm still learning this, right? I'm getting the hang of it. I started very late. I love the Colts. I think they're going to be fantastic. Frank Reich's a great coach. L.A. Rams, Super Bowl bound. I'm going to put this over here. This is what I expect the NFC Conference Championship to be. In my heart of hearts, I think it's going to be Tampa, LA. Because, look, you brought Matt Stafford in. Cooper Kupp was good. I would like to get a better receiver in there, but Cooper Kupp's not terrible. He's not. He's pretty good. I think he's a little overrated. I don't think he's, top 10. I think he's top 20. Maybe. I haven't done a list in a while. I should do a list. I'll do that next time. Yeah, I think the Rams are a really fucking good team. Number 1 defense in the league, in my opinion, better than Pittsburgh. Just on all areas of that defense, they are great. And their offense has only improved. They have taken a very good upgrade at quarterback. I'm looking forward to seeing the Rams do well. The LA Chargers, I think they're going to be average. I don't want to say playoff hopefuls. But they went 7-9 this year, didn't they? I'm going to be bold. All right, they're getting pieces back. They've already improved their offensive line a lot. They picked up Corey Linsley, great all-pro center, and I just got a notification before pressing record that they picked up Matt Filer. So they are really improving what was probably one of the worst offensive lines in the league to protect their young stud, Justin Herbert, who I'm expecting to have another great season. I would not be surprised to see this team get a wild card slot next year. I think they have a chance to be really good on all sides of the ball. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, a really good wide receiver duo. Could lose out on Hunter Henry, but that's fine. Austin Eckler at the running back defensive side. Obviously, you got Joey Bosa. I think the Chargers are going to be pretty good. Chiefs, Super Bowl bound. Now, I'm going to be a little bold here and say I could probably move that down to the playoff guarantees, but Chiefs are probably going to get back to the Super Bowl. They're at least getting back to the conference championship. The only teams that I think will be able to take them out are the Browns and the Bills. So as long as they face one of those, I think they have a chance. But Chiefs, man, I mean, it's hard to see them. They just picked up. I always forget his name. They picked up Joe Thuney. That's what they picked up. So they're improving. They did just let go of both their tackles, but hey, whatever. It's going to be hard to lose when you got Mahomes. I mean, they did a pretty good job of it at the Super Bowl, but hey, they're good. They're a good team, and I expect them to be back. The Saints, average. Now, they got too many good pieces to be it's going to be bad, but I think they're also too far away from being playoff hopefuls. I'm expecting this team to be average. And it should seem to be worse than the Chargers and the Cowboys. Look at that. Yes, I am. It's just because I don't like their situation at quarterback. I don't think Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston are good. I don't. Giants, average. Their defense is sneakily very good. Bradbury's great. Pepper's pretty good. Their offense needs some work. Daniel Jones is not the guy. I feel like I'm pretty confident in saying that. Danny Dimes, a nickname that was not at all aptly earned. Um, I'm sorry. Your offense is not good. The line needs to improve. Saquon's great. Obviously one of the best running backs in the game right now. Um, Slayton's not going to cut at wide receiver 1, and Jones is not going to cut it at quarterback. I don't think he's that good. Will I be wrong? I could. All right. Someone's going to take this clip of me saying Daniel Jones is not the guy, and now he's going to have a breakout MVP season. Everyone, Vanilla Thick, that's what people call him on TikTok. Don't yell at me. Say, oh, Daniel Jones coming out and having an amazing year, and oh, look at this, these guys were wrong, and yeah, okay, fine. If that happens, I will come out and say I was wrong. I will say Daniel Jones turned out to be pretty good this year. I'll say those words exactly. I don't think it's going to happen. Eagles, it's going to be bad. I don't think they're an F because these guys, I think, are on 3-win or less watch. Like 2-win or less watch. I don't think any of these guys are going to win more than 2 games. I could see the Eagles winning 4 or 5. I think they're in the same realm with the Bengals to the Falcons where their pieces are very mismatched and they need a lot of improvement. Now, the reason I say it's going to be bad, I do not think this team is going to be in a tanking mode. I do not know why Jason Kelce would resign. I don't know why Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson would restructure their contracts. Brandon Graham just signed for another year. I don't know why any one of them would do that if we were going to just tank. Jason Kelce especially, I feel like he's earned the right to retire with pride. We all saw, all the Eagles fans probably, saw Wentz, Kelce, and Ertz talking with, I think it was Dom Delasario. I'm so bad with the names, like their VP of security, whether all just talking on the field for, a couple hours after the Week 17 game. And broke my heart. Band's broken up. I can't see the Eagles doing well. It's going to be bad. It's going to be painful. It's going to hurt. And it's going to suck. Steelers, playoff hopefuls. I don't like your situation at quarterback. I don't like bringing back Big Ben, but he's probably better than Mason Rudolph. So find a quarterback because he's not going to do well. He did terrible in the second half of last year, and you cannot keep him around. He's not going to do well for you. Denver, this depends on your quarterback situation. I should mention if Pittsburgh gets the playoffs, it'll be because their defense is so good. Denver, man. It's going to be bad if you don't fix your fucking quarterback situation. But I'm going to put you in average. You got a good defense when healthy. Gonna pretend, nothing last season happened, and Drew Lock might make a big turnaround, but he probably won't. Sutton will be back. He'll be good. Fant's always good. Philip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon. Yeah, this team can be good. I promise you. Some of these teams are... Actually, all these teams are completely dependent on their quarterback situation. All these teams in this... I'm going to change this. Average. Dependent on QB sitch. This depends on their quarterback situation. The Packers. They're going to be my third team for the NFC in the Super Bowl bound. I'm going to do, 3-3, because, spoiler alert, it's going to be my other Super Bowl bound team. Look, the Packers, I'm going to bump down, actually. Playoff guarantees. Here's the thing. The Green Bay Packers are very good at what they do. Re-signing Aaron Jones, I think, is going to turn out to be a mistake. I think this year, it could end up helping. But it does not make sense to me to have drafted A.J. Dillon in the second round if you're going to re-sign Aaron Jones. I feel like that was the assumption. That they were not going to re-sign Aaron Jones. They were not going to give him a big contract because they signed A.J. Dillon. And A.J. Dillon is a big, strong motherfucker. Alright? You should see this dude's, body. He's ridiculously muscled. It doesn't make sense to me. You got other problems you got to fix. You could use some more wide receivers because after Devontae Smith, we don't know if Marquez Valdez. Fuck, I was never gonna get that right. If Marquez Valdez Scantling is gonna be the guy, he had a lot of issues with consistency. It's just it's but it's tough to discount Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Jair Alexander. There's a lot of extremely top tier talent. Like Aaron Rodgers, MVP, he's top tier quarterback. Jair Alexander, top tier cornerback. Devontae Adams, top tier wide receiver. All of those guys are debatably number 1, 2, or 3 at the very minimum in their position, undoubtedly, to everybody. You've got a lot to work with on this team. David Bakhtiari, one of the best blindside tackles, should he stay healthy in the game. Carolina Panthers, dependent on the quarterback. Absolutely, it's dependent on the quarterback. I, for one, would not mind seeing P.J. Walker get another shot. I liked the XFL when it was going on, and there's a reason he was a stud. He did good. He only got one game in the NFL, and I would like to see him get more. That being said, if they were to pick up someone like Deshaun Watson, ooh, that'd be great. I would love to see some more. Here we go. I just got some news that Jameis Winston reached an agreement on a 1-year deal worth up to $12 million with the Saints. I'm going to keep the Saints where they are. This news aside, it's 9 o'clock, 9:05 p.m. I just got that from Schefter. I'm going to stop fidgeting with this thing because I know you can hear it. So I'm going to keep the Saints where they are because that's dependent on if Jameis or Taysom. The rest of them are kind of like, all right, these two is their quarterback going to be good? These two are going to be, depending on the quarterback situation. I'm not going to change my words, all right? Depending on the quarterback situation. Raiders, I think it's going to be bad. They're the only team that I want to put in average, but not because of their quarterback situation. Derek Carr's good. I'm going to make another tier. Boom. Add row below. The Raiders. There you go. I just think they're going to be another 8-8 kind of team. They're just not that good. Darren Waller is a great player. Josh Jacobs is an overrated player. Derek Carr is quickly becoming an overrated player. And I don't see a whole lot of good coming out of this team for a while. Washington, once again, average, dependent on quarterback situation. What's going to happen at quarterback? Is Heineke the guy? Probably not. He played one game. We'll see what happens. If Deshaun Watson goes there, I might lose my mind. Watch the football team. Did I say Redskins? I don't think so. Maybe if I did. I'm still trying to remember it. Washington football team. Washington. Listen. They're a good team. I can't help it. Their defense is pretty good. They fix their quarterback situation. Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas, both good players. You've got to fix that quarterback situation. Kyler Murray. Playoff. Why did I just say Kyler Murray? Playoff hopefuls. I don't have a lot in the playoff guarantees. These guys are guaranteed to make the playoffs. Some of them, it's guaranteed that some of them are making the playoffs. That's how it works. The Cardinals are going to hope to get to the playoffs, but they are in a very tough division. And I'm going to jump ahead and say the same thing for the Seahawks. I don't think either of these teams are guarantees. I think they're very good. I think they have a chance to be very good. I don't know if J.J. Watt's going to improve the Cardinals that much. By the way, if Russ leaves, the Seahawks drop 2, it's going to be bad. Because I don't see how they could make things better with a worse quarterback. In a weird situation. Gotta patch up that defense, offensive line. Gotta do something. Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl bound. No need to explain it. They're a phenomenal team. They're a great team. F tier for the Jets. I can't see them doing anything well. I can't see them improving that much. Maybe they will. They just got Corey Davis. Have Justin Fields thrown to him, or Zach Wilson, or whoever you want. Take whoever you want. I can't see the Jets getting more than a handful of wins. Patriots. Oh, it's so dependent on their quarterback. It's so dependent on their quarterback. Their team is a god team right now, and I'm terrified of them, and I want to put them in playoff guarantees. But so much of this depends on how their quarterback plays. So much of this depends on how their quarterback plays, man. Do they get it? Does Cam Newton do well? Do they get another really good? I don't know. I don't know. I want to put them really high, but, it's dependent on the quarterback situation. That's how I see it. Should I bump anyone up from playoff hopefuls to playoff guarantees? No. I can't guarantee any of these teams make the playoffs. Obviously, some of them will. But some of these guys might too, depending on the quarterback situation. The Panthers, Washington, New England, Saints can all be fantastic depending on their quarterback situations. So, without further ado, my Super Bowl bound teams are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the LA Rams, which, by the way, I believe is going to be the NFC side of the ball. The Browns, Chiefs, and Bills. I could see any pair of these three coming out on top in the AFC Championship. Playoff guarantees going to have, obviously, the Ravens, the Colts, and the Packers. I'm guaranteeing these teams make the playoffs and do well. Playoff hopefuls: Titans, Dolphins, Vikings, Niners, Cowboys, Chargers, Steelers, Cardinals, and Seahawks. Average quarterbacks, or average depending on the quarterback situation: the Saints, Broncos, Giants, Patriots, Bears, Panthers, and a Washington football team. I think that's self-explanatory. The Raiders are the Raiders. The Falcons, it's going to be bad for the Falcons, the Bengals, and the Eagles. And F tier for the Jaguars, the Lions, the Cowboys, not the Cowboys, the Texans, and the Jets. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video. Please remember, I'm a human being who does not know nearly as much football as I'd like to pretend I do. So have a good one.